He's dubbed it the war on wokeness. Florida governor and presidential hopeful Ron DeSantis has worked aggressively to restrict race-related content in workplaces, schools, and colleges. But some educators and parents are fighting back to make sure their history and the sacrifices and brutalities endured by their ancestors are not erased from American history. Here's ABC's Victor Oquendo.
The new school year is underway in Florida with controversy in the classroom.
DeSantis is trying to wipe out our history. Worse than that, he's trying to rewrite it. What will you do when your child comes home and tells you, my teacher says slaves got benefits from being enslaved? My teacher told me that.
This recent march, organized by Marvin Dunn, co-founder of the Miami Center for Racial Justice, included teachers, parents, and students fighting against Florida's curriculum changes in education, specifically Black history.
In your opinion, what is the state of education here in Florida?
It's a disaster.
And how do you fix this disaster, as you called it?
We stand up. To me, we're back in the 1960s. We're back in 63, 64. We need to peaceably take to the streets. We need to be heard on the streets in a peaceful way to let America know that this is not right, and we're not going to stand for it.
What were you hoping to accomplish by speaking out?
I was hoping that our school board would say to the state of Florida, we're not going to teach our children in Miami-Dade County that slavery had benefits to Black people, to the enslaved people. We want our school board to reject this.
Florida's new curriculum includes instruction for middle school students that slaves develop skills which in some instances can be applied for their personal benefit. Governor Ron DeSantis defending the new curriculum while on his presidential campaign.
They're probably going to show some of the folks that eventually parlayed, being a blacksmith into doing things later in life.
That's mean. That's mean to say that to Black people, that there was some advantage, some positive benefit to being enslaved. They weren't even considered to be persons, so how could they have personal benefits?
Following Florida's educational rollbacks, Joanna Jones, a middle school teacher in Miami and mother of 2 students, questions the future of her children's education.
I'm concerned as a parent about what my kids are being taught. Are they being taught the truth, or are they just being taught something just to pass them along?
What do you think should be taught in middle school about slavery?
Considering that it's middle school, I do believe that kids should know the truth about how this nation came about. And then they can form their own opinions afterwards. There's a level of trauma, and I do believe that everyone should know the truth. In middle school, high school, we can't change it if we refuse to acknowledge it.
In an effort to teach Black history, Dunn leads Teach the Truth tours at historical sites in Florida.
Why is it so important to go visit these historical sites?
People need to walk the bloody ground. People need to walk in the places where these things happen so that they become meaningful to them, so that you carry the experience beyond just the academic. History is not just facts. If you only teach history as facts, you're really teaching a catalog, not really emotion. So to go to places where these things have happened is transformational for a lot of people, and that's why we do it.
The tour includes Rosewood, Florida, where an African-American community once prospered until a white mob destroyed it in the 1923 Rosewood Massacre. Jones went on one of these tours.
I get a little emotional because knowing that it was sacred grounds, knowing that people were running for their lives, it's still very emotional for me, and I'm still processing the whole thing. And there's a level of trauma, and I do believe that everyone should know the truth.
At its core, why is knowing and understanding history so important?
We are not that far away from being in another period of anti-race violence in our country. It's important to know history, to not repeat history. I don't think human nature is so reliable that we can depend on not sliding back into some of these very evil, mean things that we have had happen in our country.
And how this subject is taught can alter both our nation's history and future.
So what needs to be changed here? How do you fix this?
You fix it with the truth.
That simple.
It's just that simple. And if this nation is going to be great, if this state is going to be great, we have to look each other in the mirror, accept ourselves for who we are, accept this nation for where it came from. If we're willing to do that, then we might be one nation under God.
Our thanks to Victor Oquendo. After making the comments about slavery, Governor DeSantis further clarified his stance on curriculum changes and said slavery wasn't a benefit. Rather, quote, there was resourcefulness and people acquired skills in spite of slavery, not because of it.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.